and she's flipping them off in her little hoopty.
A hooptie is an old car or beat-up car that's used as a form of transportation, like cars are supposed to do. It's similar to the idea of a clunker, except presumably a clunker, you're going to get rid of the car at some point. You're really not happy with it. But if it's a hooptie, you're actually kind of happy to have an old beat-up car with a hanger holding up the muffler. You have to climb in the driver's side of the car. You've got a cracked windshield. The turn signals don't work. Periodically just stops in the middle of the road and you have to push it to get it started again. That's a hooptie. But you don't care if something bad happens to it. You just go, that's okay. I don't mind. The old word for a hooptie is a jalopy. But in most people's minds, they think of cars from like the 1920s or the 1930s. They don't think of modern cars. So in more modern times, they use the term clunker, or also, use the most modern one seems to be hooptie. Oh, also known as a beater. But in the case of a beater, that's a car generally that you use for commuting purposes. So that has to be in pretty decent shape. Also known as a junker. A lot of my friends, they laugh at my hooptie, but it does pretty well. Gets me to work every day, doesn't cost much money. I don't mind. The people that look down on me, I don't even want to know those people anyway. I've always bought new cars, and then when they're a couple years old, I trade them in. But it's so expensive. So I've decided my next car is going to be a hooptie. I'm just going to bite the bullet and not care what people think.
We just got to New York, and this is our beautiful suite, and my boy Dennis hooked us up. I have a buddy named Dennis in Boston. He hooks me up.
To hook up means to connect someone with something. Typically, it would be some sort of inside deal. They used to say, I can get it for you wholesale, meaning he had some special connection to a place where people could get rugs cheap or get good deal on tomatoes. More typically nowadays, it would be with, let's say, hotels, where you know somebody that works for the hotel, so you can get some special low rate for them that is not available to the general public. Or it could be getting them a refrigerator because you just happen to know of some store that most people are not familiar with where they give people great deals on refrigerators. Or similarly, it could be a contact. I'll hook you up with my friend and he will get you an interview at ComEd or RCN or Goldman Sachs or some other company. So when you hook somebody up, you're essentially providing them with information about a good or service that is either less expensive than what they might ordinarily pay, or there is some secret connection at the service who will either give someone good service that may not be available at all, or they will give the people a good deal on the service. Way back in the olden days, I had a friend who hooked me up with an interview at Goldman Sachs. So I got in my best outfit. I went down there and they interviewed me. But unfortunately, I didn't get hired. But I still appreciated the opportunity to get the interview. Years ago, I had a friend who hooked me up with some Grateful Dead tickets where we were right in the fifth row, right with Jerry Garcia right in front of us. And if we had to buy those tickets, They probably would have cost $500 a piece. But we just paid the normal price, $35. Great tickets, because my friend hooked me up.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.